Virgo, stop, do not scroll past this. I need you to hear me clearly because what is unfolding around your person right now is not what it looks like on the surface. And if you miss this warning, you will misread the message that is already on its way to your phone. The cards are showing me text, call, something breaking through the silence between now and the next 48 hours. But here is the twist, Virgo. This person is not reaching out the way you expect. They are not coming back soft. They are not coming back simple. They are coming back carrying something they have been hiding from you, possibly even from themselves. And you need to be prepared for the weight of it. Before I go deeper, tell me in the comments where you are watching from right now. Drop your city, your country. Let me feel your energy in this space. And if you have not already, tap subscribe on Trusted Tarot and share this with the one person who needs to hear it before the message lands. Because, Virgo, this is not random. You were pulled here, and what I am about to reveal will change how you receive what is coming. You did not land on this video by accident. I know how the algorithm works, and I know how the universe works, and right now, they are the exact same thing. You have been scrolling, looking for a sign, looking for an anchor in a sea of noise, and the moment your thumb paused on the screen, the energy shifted. Your higher self has been pulling you toward this exact frequency for days. You might have felt a strange magnetic pull to check your notifications, sudden urge to seek out a tarot reading, or just a quiet, persistent whisper in the back of your mind telling you to pay attention. This is not a coincidence. The spiritual realm does not deal in coincidences, it deals in alignments. And the alignment happening right now, on this specific day in August, is a direct intervention. The universe intercepted your scroll because there is a conversation that needs to happen, truth that needs to be anchored, and you are the energetic receiver for it. You are the one holding the energetic container for this relationship, and the guides brought you here to prepare you for what is about to spill over the edge. But before we can talk about the message that is coming, we have to talk about what your body has been doing to prepare you for it. Your physical vessel has been picking up on the energetic static of this person for the last 72 hours. You have felt it, haven't you? That sudden, unexplainable tightness in your chest right around the solar plexus. It is not anxiety in the clinical sense, it is an energetic flutter, physical manifestation of a timeline collapsing, and a new one rushing in to take its place. You have been carrying a restless energy in your limbs, feeling like you need to move, to run, to do something, but you have nowhere to direct it. You catch yourself clenching your jaw when you are not even thinking about them. You find your hand hovering over your phone, checking the screen, swiping down to refresh, expecting a name to flash across the glass, only to be met with a blank lock screen. Your nervous system is vibrating at a frequency of anticipation, bracing for an impact that your conscious mind is still trying to rationalize. And then there is the sleep disruption, the heavy, exhausting toll this energetic shift is taking on your physical form. You have been waking up abruptly, often between 3 and 4 in the morning, with your heart beating just a fraction too fast. In those quiet, dark hours, the veil is thinnest, and your spirit is doing the heavy lifting of processing the energetic cord that connects you to this person. You lie there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, feeling an overwhelming wave of exhaustion mixed with strange, buzzing alertness. You are tired. Virgo, so deeply tired of the waiting, of the analyzing, of trying to piece together a puzzle where the pieces keep changing shape. You have been holding your breath, waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting for the silence to break. But what your body is actually feeling is the pressure building on the other side of that silence. They are feeling it too. The static is not just in your aura, it is radiating from theirs, crossing the distance, and hitting you like a physical wave. This brings us to the realm of the subconscious, where the real communication has been happening while your conscious mind was busy doubting. Pay close attention to your dreams over the last 2 weeks, because the symbols you have been seeing are not random fragments of a tired brain. They are direct transmissions. You have likely dreamt of water recently. Not calm, gentle stream, but turbulent, rushing water, or perhaps being in a house with many rooms that you have never seen before, searching for a door that seems to keep moving. You might have dreamt of this person, but in the dream, they were not speaking to you. They were just looking at you, or perhaps you were looking at them from a distance, unable to reach them. These are classic subconscious indicators of a blocked throat chakra on their end and an energetic clearing on yours. Your spirit guides have been showing you the architecture of their internal blockage, so that when the dam finally breaks, you understand exactly what you are looking at. And it is not just in your sleep. The waking world has been littered with breadcrumbs, little glitches in the matrix designed to keep your faith alive when logic told you to let go. You are seeing the repeated numbers, the 1111s, the 222s, the 333s flashing on digital clocks, on receipts, on license plates. Every time you see those numbers, it is a spiritual ping. Confirmation that the energetic bridge between you and this person is being reinforced. But along with the numbers come the intrusive thoughts, the sudden, unprompted flashes of memory that hit you out of nowhere. You will be doing something completely mundane, washing dishes or driving, and suddenly a very specific memory of them will flash behind your eyes. A specific phrase they said, the way they looked at you in a certain lighting, the exact tone of their voice on a random Tuesday. This is not you obsessing. This is telepathy. This is their energy projecting toward you so intensely that it is forcing its way into your waking reality. They are thinking about you with a ferocity that is shaking their own foundation, and your intuition is translating that frequency into memories. You have been so focused on the pain of the distance, on the confusion of the silence, that you have misinterpreted these signs as reminders of what you lost. But I am here to tell you to flip the script, because the emotional tone of this reading is shifting right now from heavy waiting into bright, undeniable anticipation. These are not echoes of the past. They are the drumbeats of an approaching storm, the heavy chest, the restless nights, the vivid dreams, the sudden memories. This is the energetic friction caused by two souls being pushed back into alignment. You have been doing the inner work, Virgo. You have been sitting in the fire of your own healing, pulling your energy back, reclaiming your power, and refusing to chase. And because you stopped chasing, the energetic vacuum you created has forced them to step forward. The universe requires balance. When you pull back into your own divine worth, the universe pushes the other person forward to close the gap. You are feeling the friction because the gap is closing. The silence is not empty. It is pregnant with the words they are finally preparing to say. Now I need to take you inside their mind, Virgo, because if you are going to receive the message that is coming, you need to understand the emotional architecture of the person sending it. This is where the warning lies. Not a warning of danger, not a warning of harm, but a warning of intensity. This person has not been living the way you think they have been living, while you have been doing the quiet, sacred work of healing, of pulling your energy back, of learning to sit in the discomfort of not knowing. They have been running. And I do not mean running physically, I mean running emotionally. They have been filling every silence with noise. They have been surrounding themselves with people, with distractions, with busy work, with anything that would keep them from sitting in the quiet where your memory lives. Because in the quiet, they hear you. In the quiet, they feel the shape of the space you used to occupy, and that space has become deafening. They have been trying to outrun the realization that no one else fits into that space, and the exhaustion of that running is finally breaking them open. Something shifted in them recently, and the cards are showing me it happened within the last 10 days. A moment of stillness. Maybe they were driving alone at night, or maybe they were sitting in a room full of people and suddenly felt completely, hollowly alone. In that moment, the illusion they had been maintaining shattered. They saw you, Virgo, not the version of you they told themselves about to justify the distance, not the simplified story they built to protect their ego. They saw the real you. They saw your patience, your loyalty, the way you showed up even when it was not returned in full. They saw the way you loved them with a quiet, steady devotion that they mistook for something they could take for granted. And in that shattering, the regret hit them like a physical blow. They realized that what they walked away from, or what they allowed to fracture, was not something they can replicate. It was not something they can find in another person, another city, another distraction. It was specific to you. It was woven into your energy, your hands, your voice, your particular way of making them feel safe when they did not even know they needed safety. But here is what you need to hear. And this is the part that requires your full attention, because this is where the delayed reveal begins. I cannot give you the full message yet. I cannot tell you exactly what they are going to say, because if I hand you the words without the context, you will misread them. You will filter their message through the lens of your old wounds, through every time you felt unseen, through every night you spent wondering if you were enough. And you are enough, Virgo. You have always been enough. But the pain of the waiting has built a defensive wall around your heart, And if their message hits that wall before it hits your spirit, you will react out of protection instead of receiving out of clarity. So I need you to stay with me. I need you to let me build the context brick by brick so that when the text comes, when the call comes, when the words finally break through the silence, you are not ambushed, you are prepared, you are grounded, you are receiving from a place of power, not from a place of starvation. What I can tell you right now is this: they are rehearsing. The cards show me the energy of someone drafting a message, deleting it, drafting it again, staring at a blinking cursor at 2 in the morning. They are trying to find the words that will convey the enormity of what they feel without sounding desperate, without sounding weak, without losing the last shred of pride they have been clinging to. They want to reach out, but they are terrified that you have already moved on. They are terrified that your silence, the same silence you have been agonizing over, has convinced them that you have closed the door. They do not know that your silence is not indifference. They do not know that your silence is the sound of you protecting your own heart while you wait for them to be brave enough to speak. And that misunderstanding is the very thing that is about to collapse. Before I go deeper, before I pull back the veil on exactly what is coming and how it is going to arrive, I want to pause for a moment with you. If this reading is resonating in your bones, if your chest is tight and your eyes are stinging, and something deep in your gut is saying yes, this is for me, then I want to invite you to make this a sacred space. Tap the subscribe button on Trusted Tarot. Not because I need a number, but because subscribing is a way of telling the universe that you are open, that you are listening, that you are ready to receive guidance when it arrives. When you subscribe, you are not just joining a channel. You are joining a circle of souls who are navigating the same storms, who are feeling the same aches, who are waiting for the same breakthroughs. And if this message has touched something tender in you, share it. Send it to the one person in your life who has been carrying a similar weight. Sometimes the universe uses us as vessels for each other, and your single act of sharing might be the exact lifeline someone else needs tonight. Now, take breath. Settle into your body. Because what I am about to reveal in the next part of this reading is the message itself. The exact energy of the text, the nature of the call, the words that are sitting on the tip of their tongue right now. But I need you to receive it with an open heart and a steady nerve. Because this person is not coming back to play a game. They are coming back because the game exhausted them, and the truth is the only thing left that feels real. Here is the main reveal. Virgo, the message arriving today, on this specific energetic coordinate of August 11, 2026, is not a casual check-in. It is not a meme. It is not a reaction to your social media story. And it is definitely not a simple, hey. The cards are showing heavy loaded text message that carries the weight of a confession, likely followed by a phone call if you do not immediately shut it down. They are reaching out to admit that the narrative they told themselves to justify the distance was a lie. They are coming to you with truth they have been swallowing for weeks. But here is the core angle, the warning you need to internalize before your phone lights up. They are going to deliver this confession through the clumsy, bruised filter of their own ego. They want to apologize, but their pride is still acting as a gatekeeper. The text might start with something that sounds almost defensive, or they might frame it as if they are doing you a favor by finally speaking. They might say something like, "I've been doing a lot of thinking about us and I realized I wasn't fair." Or, "I know things have been weird, but I need to clear the air." Do not let the awkward packaging fool you. Beneath the clumsy phrasing is a desperate, beating heart that is terrified you have already outgrown them. They are testing the waters, throwing a line into the ocean to see if you are still on the other end, holding the rod. And this is where the emotional guidance layer becomes your absolute lifeline. When you read those first few words, your stomach is going to drop. You might feel a sudden, hot flash of anger, or a wave of exhaustion so heavy you just want to throw the phone across the room. That is your old pain reacting. That is the memory of every time you were left on read, every time you had to initiate, every time you felt like an option instead of a priority. Your instinct, as a Virgo, will be to analyze their syntax, to dissect their punctuation, to figure out what they really mean. I am warning you right now. Do not do that. Do not let the ghost of your past disappointment distort the reality of this new message. You must pause before you react. The most powerful thing you can do when this message arrives is nothing. At least, at first. Do not reply in seconds. Do not let them see the 3 typing dots immediately. They have had weeks, maybe months, to sit in the silence. They have had all the time in the world to craft this moment. You are allowed to take an hour. You are allowed to take a day. You need to receive this message clearly, not defensively. Read it, put the phone face down, and place your hand over your heart. Feel the vibration of the words without letting them hijack your nervous system. You are no longer the person who starves for their attention. You are the person who decides if their attention is worthy of your time. This shift in your energy is exactly why this is happening now. We have to talk about the timing, because the universe does not operate on a random clock. Today, August 11, 2026, sits in a very specific divine window. We are moving through the thick, ripening energy of late summer, right on the cusp of your own solar return season. The cosmos has been building a pressure cooker of karmic debt, and today, the valve is releasing. If this person had tried to come back to you in June or July, you would have accepted crumbs. You were still too raw, still too willing to compromise your boundaries just to feel the relief of their presence. But the universe loves you too much to let you settle for a half-hearted return. The guides deliberately delayed this communication until your energetic roots were deep enough to withstand their storm. They held this person back in the wilderness of their own making until they were forced to confront the absolute void of your absence. The silence you endured was not a punishment, it was an incubation period. It was the time required for their ego to starve and their soul to speak. Now, as the sun begins its descent and the air shifts toward the harvest energy of Virgo, the timing is spiritually aligned. The fruit is finally ripe. If they had reached out any earlier, the fruit would have been sour. If they wait any longer, it will rot. Today is the exact coordinate of their awakening. And as you sit in this divine window, I want you to feel the emotional tone shift from heavy anticipation into a profound, glowing hope. The outcome of this interaction is not just a simple reconciliation. This is an upgrade. The dynamic between you is being fundamentally rewired. When you answer them, when you finally choose to engage, you are not stepping backward into the old relationship. You are stepping forward into a new paradigm where you are the prize, where your boundaries are respected, and where their love is no longer a question mark, but a proven active verb. The cards are showing beautiful, steady stabilization coming from the single point of contact. I know you are tired, Virgo. I know the longing has sometimes felt like a physical ache in your bones. I know there were nights you cried out to the universe, asking why it was so hard, asking why love had to feel like a battlefield. But look at where you are now. You survived the silence. You kept your heart open even when it was breaking. You did the work, and because you did the work, the universe is handing you the reins. You are safe now. The confusion is lifting. The fog is clearing. You do not have to chase them anymore, because they are finally walking toward you with their eyes wide open. As this message lands, remember that you hold the power of the pause. Let them feel the weight of your presence. Let them realize that access to your energy is privilege, not a right. When you do respond, keep it grounded, keep it brief, and keep it centered in your truth. You do not need to write them a novel. You do not need to explain your pain as your calm, unbothered, grounded response will speak louder than any paragraph you could ever type. It will show them that while they were running, you were building an empire of self-love that they now have to earn the right to enter. This is the breakthrough you have been praying for. The text is coming. The call is imminent. The apology is real, even if it is clumsily delivered. Take a deep breath into your belly. Exhale the doubt. Exhale the fear that it will all go wrong again. The universe has orchestrated this exact moment for your highest good. The warning was simply to ensure you do not shrink yourself to fit back into their old box. You are too big for that box now. They are going to have to expand to meet you, and they are finally ready to do the stretching. I know there is a part of you that is terrified to fully believe this. When you have spent months, maybe even years, surviving on the crumbs of someone else's inconsistency, peace feels suspicious. Hope feels like a trap. Your nervous system has been wired for disappointment. So when the universe finally hands you the breakthrough you have been begging for, your first instinct is to brace for impact. You are sitting there thinking, what if I let my guard down and they disappoint me again? What if this text is just a momentary lapse in their avoidance, and tomorrow the silence returns? I need you to hear me right now, Virgo, and I need you to let this truth sink into the deepest marrow of your bones. You are not the same person you were when this cycle began. The version of you that accepted less, the version of you that twisted yourself into knots to make them comfortable, that version of you has been burned away in the fire of this separation. You are stepping into this new dynamic with boundaries made of iron, wrapped in velvet. They cannot hurt you the way they did before, because you no longer need their validation to know your own worth. When that phone finally lights up, when you see their name flash across the screen in the quiet of your room, your body is going to react before your mind can catch up. Your breath will catch. Your pulse will spike. A rush of adrenaline will flood your veins, bringing with it a chaotic mix of relief, anger, and overwhelming anticipation. In that exact moment, in those first 60 seconds of seeing their message, I want you to remember this reading. I want you to remember that you were prepared for this. Do not let the adrenaline hijack your spirit. Do not let the old wounds scream at you to react out of hurt. Just look at the screen, read the words, and realize that the power dynamic has permanently shifted. They are the one reaching across the void. They are the one asking for access. You are simply the sovereign ruler of your own energy, deciding whether or not to open the gate. This return is not just about fixing a broken relationship, it is about spiritual alchemy. In Japanese art, there is a practice called kintsugi, where broken pottery is repaired using lacquer mixed with powdered gold. The philosophy is that the breakage and the repair are part of the object's history, not something to disguise. What was broken between you and this person is being repaired with gold. The silence, the misunderstandings, the painful distance, none of it was wasted. It was the fire that melted you both down so you could be recast into something unbreakable. They are coming back because they realize that the bond you share is not a common thread, it is a rare, karmic tether that their soul recognizes, even when their ego tries to deny it. They are returning to the gold. So, as we close this reading, I want to guide you through a somatic release. Your body has been holding the weight of this waiting for far too long. It is time to put the burden down. I want you to do this with me right now. Wherever you are, whether you are sitting in your car, lying in your bed, or resting on your couch, I want you to uncross your arms and uncross your legs. Let your feet plant firmly on the ground. Feel the support of the earth beneath you. Now take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, filling your belly, expanding your ribs, pulling the air all the way up to your collarbones. Hold it for a moment at the top. And now, exhale through your mouth with a soft sigh, letting your shoulders drop away from your ears. Let your jaw unclench. Let the tiny muscles around your eyes soften. The war is over, Virgo. The waiting is done. Now, bring your right hand and place it gently over the center of your chest, right over your heart space. Feel the steady, rhythmic beating beneath your palm. That heartbeat is the drum of your own survival, the metronome of your divine timing. It has never skipped a beat, even on the days you felt like you were falling apart. It has kept you alive, kept you moving, kept you anchored to this earth. As you keep your hand there, I want you to repeat this affirmation, either out loud or quietly in the sanctuary of your mind. I am ready to receive what is rightfully mine. I release the need to chase. I release the fear of hoping. I am the magnet, and what belongs to me is already on its way. Feel the truth of those words vibrating through your chest cavity. Feel the energetic cord between you and this person pulling taut, humming with the electricity of an incoming connection. Here at Trusted Tarot, we do not just predict the future, we help you anchor it into your reality. You have done the hard work. You have sat in the dark and trusted that the dawn was coming. Now, the sun is breaking over the horizon. The text is forming, the call is queuing up, the apology is sitting on their tongue, heavy and real. Do not shrink yourself when they arrive. Stand tall in the magnificent, undeniable truth of who you are. You are a Virgo, the alchemist of the Zodiac, the healer, the one who sees the truth beneath the surface. They are incredibly lucky to be granted another chance to stand in your light, to lock this energy in, to tell the universe that you are an active participant in this divine orchestration. I need you to take one final action. Go down to the comments right now and type the word magnet. Just that one word, claim it. Let the algorithm and the spiritual realm see your declaration. When you type magnet, you are signaling to the cosmos that you are no longer chasing, you are attracting. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you are here when the next chapter of this story unfolds. And share this video with a soul who needs to know that their silence is about to be broken. You are seen, you are protected, and your message is arriving. As this video comes to a close and the screen eventually fades to black, I want you to understand that the real work now shifts from the digital realm into your physical reality. The energy we have built together in this space is potent, but it must be anchored into the ground you walk on. When this video ends, the silence of your room might feel louder for a moment, The quiet might whisper old doubts, trying to convince you that nothing will actually change. Do not listen to the echoes of your past pains. You have been given blueprint, spiritual map of the next 24 hours. Your only job now is to walk through your day with the quiet, unshakable confidence of someone who knows a secret. You know that the wheels are already turning. You know that the message is already in motion. For the rest of today and into tomorrow, I want you to practice the art of divine detachment. This does not mean you pretend you do not care. It means you stop trying to force the hands of the clock. Do not sit and stare at your phone. Do not keep refreshing your screen every 5 minutes. Go make yourself a cup of tea. Take a long, hot shower and let the water wash away the static. Read, book, take a walk, organize a drawer. Do something that connects you to your physical body and your present moment. This is the ultimate act of spiritual trust. When you go about your life with joy and stability, you send a massive energetic signal to the universe that says, I am whole on my own. I am not waiting in the wings. And that exact signal is the magnet that pulls their text into your reality. When the notification finally arrives, when the screen lights up and you see their name, remember the ritual we just practiced. Do not rush. Put your hand on your heart. Feel your own steady pulse. Remind yourself that you are safe, you are powerful, and you are the one holding the keys to the gate. You do not have to fix their clumsy words. You do not have to absorb their guilt. You simply have to receive the truth of what they are offering, and then decide from a place of deep, grounded self-respect what you want to do with it. The power has always been yours, Virgo. It is time to finally wield it. This has been a reading from Trusted Tarot. If this message found you in the dark, may it be the lantern that guides you through the night. If this message found you in the waiting, may it be the breath that tells you the dawn is here. You are loved, you are seen, and your spiritual intuition has brought you exactly where you need to be. Type magnet in the comments to seal this energy, subscribe to join our growing circle of souls, and share this with the one who needs to hear it most. Until the next time the cards speak, protect your peace, trust your timing, and let them come to you.